What's going on, guys? Welcome to the vaultproscooters.com. So you're watching another product overview. This time we got something very special for you guys. This is the AO Quadrum V3 HD deck. This guy might look pretty darn similar to the normal Quadrum 3, but as you can see here, if you know, the Quadrum 3 normal one has a full cutout right here. As the title entails, the HD version is for the HD people, the people who need the high def, the best of the best. This HD deck is aimed at the bigger riders. It is aimed for people who banana decks constantly, who break decks constantly, who are just, going through decks. This guy is aimed for you. So it does have the thicker material and it doesn't have the cutout on the bottom like the normal one. This thing is just ready for you to thrash it. So besides all that, this is the third Quadrum, of course. The first one was great, took the world by storm. The scooter industry never saw a 5.2 inch wide deck, and they just did a lot of stuff. The head tube design, the way they did the deck inserts with the square back end, and just that deck really did shape the scooter industry. And then they came out the Quadrum 2. That deck was great, but it still definitely needed a little bit more engineering. And then now we have this guy. Now, of course, the Quadrum 3 is an awesome deck on its own. As you see here, the Quadrum 3 does have a new head tube design. They just upgraded it and made it stronger, the deal. And if you look at these welds here, this thing has some beautiful welds, top and bottom. The head tube comes through all the way down, and the head tube has a smooth one piece here, and this is welded to the front plate as well. These are super good. And then on the bottom you just have two ridges for grinding, so you got one here, a little open gap in the bottom. Has a fender on top so your feet don't hit the wheel. Then it has a little tiny fender on the bottom so that your wheel doesn't catch rails and stuff. That's pretty awesome. I know I've done that a few times where you're in a feebzer and then your wheel catches and then you just go and it slows you down. This will not happen with this guy. And then, as you can see here, they ditched the plastic inserts and went with some aluminum ones. That's awesome. I really dig that. And now you guys have seen it. This thing's awesome, looks amazing. But now we gotta dive into the specs. If we grab our trusty tape measure here, we can go ahead and measure this guy out. Let's do the length first. We're sitting at just over 23 inches. But we're gonna call it 23 just because the deck is angled at the end. And then of course, how we do it, we always measure the foot space as well. Let's go ahead and go to the top of the weld, since your foot can definitely go all the way up there. And then back, 16.5 inches. That's very good. Really happy to see that. And if we go the width, 5.2. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and flip her over. Get some 5/0 space going. Just this little piece here without, right before it goes to the angle, just the flat part. It's pretty much all you can do 5/0s with. That's only an inch wide, so you're pretty much only getting an inch of room for 5/0s. But of course, since your wheel does go all the way into here, you can catch the 5/0 in here and it'll be on your wheel, but that's only an inch of actual grind room. And yeah, guys, the Quadrum 3 HD, the big boy version, is only coming in a black right now. All right, guys, so you saw the specs, you saw everything about this deck. Now, let's just go ahead and see how much it weighs. This is the big boy version, so it's gonna weigh a little bit more, but I'm curious. Let's see exactly how much. There you guys go, 4 pounds, 5.7 ounces. It's a little bit on the heavier side, but as far as a lot of big street decks go these days, it's not too heavy, so I'm happy to see that. With this HD version being made for the big boys, this thing's solid. Like, really, it's solid. It's not that heavy, and it's a good bang for your buck, honestly. This deck's gonna last a very long time because it really is aimed for bigger riders, and people who like to break stuff, or not like to, but just tend to. And yeah, this thing is perfect. You know who you are if you're getting this deck. You know that you need this deck. So if you're some little kid who just learned tail whips, this isn't the deck for you. This is for the big boys, the grown men out there throwing scooter tricks, That's what this deck is for. And there you guys go. There's your product overview of the AO Quadrum 3 HD deck on the vaultproscooters.com.